200 tons of unstoppable terror burning through the night. Scream train.
I just kind of fuck your mom. Talking of fucking people, I have a story for you. Sit back and listen. It's quite an easy one.
I can't afford anything.
I could not believe my eyes. The folks have been mutated, not quite dead, but not alive.
Yeah, she definitely took that arm. That's gross. How many missions do we have left? 1, 2, 3. All right, there's 4 left total.
Yeah, free world. One man's meat. Yada yada yada. Man.
For a Saiyan, inventing the fake moon thing is pretty damn smart. Yeah. Yeah, we have 72 people in here tonight. It's a pretty hot night. That hasn't broken the record yet, right? I think I asked that last time. I think the record was like 100. Or at least my personal record. That's still small time compared to huge streamers. They only had to change one word for that line to make sense. Instead of scientists, Vegeta should have said tacticians. You're right. Weren't they trying to emulate Superman at the start? What, for Dragon Ball? It's definitely an alternate, like, Superman story.
Nobody motherfucking move!
Barla, put the gun down. We got him.
My brother died trying to take down this sick fuck. I need this.
Is the Super Series of Dragon Ball better than GT? Miles better. My God. There's no comparison. Some people don't like Super. I completely disagree. I love Super, but GT was short. It was only 64 episodes. Everyone was powered down so badly. The fights were nowhere near as epic. It wasn't good. It had its moments.
Caesar ain't leaving this platform with his eyes.
Super Saiyan 4 was awesome though. Still my favorite version. 70 viewers, no joke. Good job. Thanks, Gobblin.
Disappoint all of you, particularly you, Isaac. You got the most reason to despise me or anybody here.
In the new Broly movie, they retcon Bardock as a caring and kind person.
Urgent.
My headcanon is a mix of Bardock from that and Bardock from the history of Bardock. Because I like elements from both. I love this game but can't play with my nephews. How old are your nephews?
Washington.
What about SSJ4? Yeah, no, SSJ4 is my favorite. I love that over any Super Saiyan form. I want them to make that canon.
Burning through the night.
Is Superman 60 on the list for Fool's Day stream? Ooh, that'd be good.
Enough with the pissing competition. We're gonna take down the...
Motherfucker!
Before that Bardock special where he goes Super Saiyan, I always interpreted the movie as his power growing at an exponential rate, and he would have went Super Saiyan. Well, that's why I like how they wrote the character, because even Bardock wasn't aware how crazy strong he was getting, and Vegeta was actually terrified that he could become a Super Saiyan. Like, whenever they said that like Bardock's troops became stronger than some of their elite warriors, and Bardock was considered weak by his own people. Like, it shows exponentially overall how powerful the Saiyan race in general was getting. Because if you look at it, they were always being sent by the Frieza Force on missions. So, as a species, they were all getting stronger in general. And Bardock was, I think he was at the limit of becoming a Super Saiyan. For those of you that don't follow Dragon Ball, I apologize. But I could talk about Dragon Ball for, like, ever. I love it. Baby was just a remake of Evil Boo. He was. Yeah. Super is good, but I hated the Goku Black saga. Oh man, see that one I really liked. I'm a big fan of Goku Black. I think he was a cool villain. It reminded me of the days when we had Turles in Tree of Might, because it was a villain that looked exactly like Goku.
What the?
If you're gonna watch GT, the Baby Saga and Shadow Dragon Saga are the only good storylines. I agree with that. I thought Super 17 was interesting, but it was very short. It didn't last long at all. Like, you blink and the whole saga's over. I'm always so fucking lost in Dragon Ball rants. Yeah, no, I know. Not everyone here is a Dragon Ball fan. Like I said, you get me started on Dragon Ball or Star Wars, like, I'm all night long. I can talk about that shit. Oh, zombie head. So I guess this is the House of Dead version of Resident Evil 0. Damn, I'm getting hungry as hell. Ah! Do you think Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 in Broly's Second Coming? I personally believe he did. Super Saiyan 2 and Broly's Second... Well, yeah, he was an adult. So he must have. Because he already had the ability to do that for years. True canon Star Wars, I can go on all week about that shit before lightsabers became mood rings and shit. God. I want a lightsaber, like one of those, I mean not real ones, but one of those really high quality ones. There's a website called, I don't want to say it wrong, I think it's Saber Forge. They make like custom lightsabers, but I'm talking like, if you really want a good one, like you can customize it however you want with all the different options they offer, but you can easily spend like $500 or $600. Like one day, I want to save up and do that, just because I want a really cool lightsaber, like with a purple blade and a black handle or something. God, I want it so bad. Like my own custom lightsaber, I think that would rock.
Hammer time!
Goku Black should have been Goten in the future or something. Damn, that would have been really dark.
Traveling in style.
Might have been interesting, actually. The opening and closing scenes of Resurrection... Oh, Resurrection F were my favorite scenes because it's hilarious the way they torture Frieza with tiny critters. Oh, he was taking a shit. Yeah, that was hilarious. He was in hell, and it was just a bunch of cute little things. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, and like, I'm gonna keep like my finger's gonna keep pulling, like it's pulling on an imaginary trigger, like, you know when you go roller skating or you're riding a bike for a long time, like an hour or so, and then you stop, you still feel like you're doing it, and you're not moving at all. That's what it's gonna feel like when I'm laying down on the couch or something, and I'm gonna feel like I'm still shooting things.
Leave me the fuck alone!
Do you think Gohan could surpass his father if Toriyama didn't good? Yeah, I mean, if they had written the story to where he just kept training, because that was the whole point of his character at one point, you know, that he had such unlimited potential that he was the most powerful thing ever. Like, he would surpass everybody, but mentally he wasn't a warrior. That was his downfall. He wasn't a warrior, he didn't have it in him, but if he did, just non-stop training and powering up, like, yeah, absolutely. He might have gone Ultra Instinct before Goku. Damn, 75 viewers. Let's see if we get to 80. We need 6 more people. If you're watching, well, hold on, that doesn't make sense. Because if they're counted, that means they're here already.
Guess we take the stairs then.
Remember Goku said only Gohan could beat Cell? Yeah. Gohan just became a student. Like, he followed his mother's wishes instead of his father. It was a nice dynamic, though, because, had they made him like an ultra strong warrior, it would have just been a repeat of Goku again, so it's nice having something different. Your fiance is gonna be like, what the fuck were you dreaming about last night? You were twitching and mumbling about zombies and shit. That's funny.
No!
See if we can save this guy. Rescued!
These monsters didn't even...
Still glad you're not playing Gears. I love Gears. Although it is nice taking a break from it. We'll be back to Gears in November, though. I gotta get to Gears 5. I'm dying to play it, actually. Saiyans are awful fathers for a brilliant fight. That's debatable. I think Vegeta has become a really good father. He's softened up a lot. Goku's still a shit father, though. I mean, then again, are you really a bad father if you save the universe for your kids? Like, you saved the universe. Wouldn't that make you the greatest father of all time? What do you think, Goku and Gohan fusion like Vegito? They almost did in the Buu Saga. What would it be called, though? It would just be Gohan. Like, there's no... Hanku? I want Taco Bell. Gohaku? Gohan? Gohaku? Vegeta's an anomaly. If his culture still existed, he'd be just as bad as the rest. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it goes towards nature versus nurture argument, you know? Oh, look, a Sega laptop. I just destroyed a Sega laptop. What does that say? The third something diner. Blurry. I'm gonna shoot it. The third rail diner. In GT, Vegeta beat up some punks who were hitting on his daughter. No, he did not beat them up. He ripped the steering wheel off their car, and they went flying off a cliff. Like, I hope that's how I am someday with my daughter. I'm gonna be paranoid when she's older and start dating. I already know that. Men, young teenage men can be, predators. Do you think they'll ever bring back Oob? I always thought he was a boring character.
Don't shoot!
They have to, though. Part of the story. No! I don't care. It's fine. Guy had it coming.
I think we got all the authority we need right here.
Since now canon, which fusion's better, Vegito or Gogeta? You know, they asked Akira Toriyama that question. I forgot where I read about it online, but according to him, they're equal in terms of power. Which, I don't know, Gogeta seems insanely more powerful. That's my opinion. This thing reminds me of... There's a Goosebumps book called Shocker on Shock Street. It reminds me of the monster that's on the cover of that.
Control panel.
Don't touch that. We've got enough problem without these guys getting out.
I'm training my daughter well, so will you, sir? Most definitely. This is very Resident Evil-like. You got secret trains with experiments on board. Very Umbrella. So what part of the month are you most looking forward to? I'm most looking forward to the end of the month, honestly. Because I have some epic stuff. Like, on Halloween night, I have a Halloween 4 review. And I'm trying to put a lot more humor in my reviews, just because I have fun with those. And to finish off the Castlevania timeline, there's still some work to do on that I'm going to get done throughout the month. So, yeah, definitely the second half of the month I'm looking more forward to. Although I do have plenty of stuff still, like, through the beginning.
Came early.
But some of my favorite stuff that I worked on is at the end of the month.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker!
What's been going on here?
There's more guns. Alright, let's fight this boss. I think this is boss battle.
Gentlemen, this is your driver speaking. I'm pleased to announce...
Papa Caesar's been outlasting everyone in this game.
And we'll be reaching our final destination far...
Do you read the manga of Dragon Ball Super? No, I haven't been reading it. I've been keeping up with it online, though. I know they have this whole story with Moro and the Namekians. It's really interesting. I want to... I mean, clearly that's... I wonder if that's what the movie's going to be. Because they're doing another animated movie. I wonder if it's going to be that. Oh, his eyeballs are the weakness.
You ain't protecting your papa this time, you bug motherfucker.
I've been looking forward to this month ever since last year. I had a blast since... Yeah, last year I want to do a lot more. My ideal thing would be to have a completely, like, original content every single day, but... Man, to do that, I would have to start working on the content, like... immediately after October. That's why I want to reiterate, you know, that also includes live stream uploads, because it's just having 31 different pieces of content is insane, but there's still a lot. And I think I had a pretty good selection of the movies I'm covering. There's so many movies I had to, like, I wanted to do too much. Like, I made a list of everything I wanted to do. There were like 10 different movies I just, there's no way for me to fit into the schedule that I want to do. So I'll probably save some of them for next year.
Look out! It's going to charge!
Ah, no! Fuck. Alright. I got grenades. I'm gonna launch a grenade. That barely did anything. Garbage grenades. You fool. I want Dragon Ball to keep the animation style from Broly. That looked amazing. Yeah, they need to. But for a series, realistically, like, the time crunch that animation studios are on, there's no way it's ever going to look as good as that. Because they just have more time allocated to making a movie. You're just too cheap to hire some help funneling all that YouTube catching in your movement. And yeah, I wish I was one of those rich YouTubers. You know what's crazy? My God, like, I was watching H3 podcast the other day. Casey Neistat was in it. Mind you, I've never seen any of his content. I don't really know anything about Casey Neistat other than he's a huge YouTuber. They were talking about, like, sponsorship deals and stuff. Like, he was talking about how, like, Samsung, well, Ethan was saying that, like, some company for a sponsorship offered him, like, I don't know, like, $10,000 or $30,000 for one video, which is, to me, I've never seen that amount of money in my life. But, then Casey Neistat said that, like, Samsung was, like, offering him 6 figures, like, a paycheck for, like, one video. I was like, holy shit. Like, can you imagine, like, a company calling you and be like, hey, can you do a video for us? $100,000? What? Yeah, it's crazy, but if you think about it, it makes total sense, because some people question, like, why would a company spend so much money on, like, a YouTuber? But think about, like, Super Bowl. Companies spend millions of dollars on, like, a 30-second commercial no one watches because people will skip commercials on, like, a DVR. But, you know, when you're a YouTube creator, especially in the millions of subs, like, you have a ton of eyes on that, and, you know, there's got to be a balance, though. You know, you gotta believe in the product you're... Which is why I did the one sponsorship with that M Classic HDMI adapter, because I actually tried it out and I actually really liked it. I still have my Switch hooked up with it. It looks way better. But if it's something that I absolutely don't believe in, I'm not, you know, that's where you kind of have to learn to say no. But no, I'm nowhere near those financial values. There's no way. I'm always broke. But I love doing this. I would never get a traditional day job that pays more. I would never take it. You doing a review for Brightburn? No, I saw that movie. I didn't think it was that great, honestly. It felt kind of... It was okay. Felt kind of generic to me.
I hate bugs.
For $100,000, I'll make whatever video you want me to.
Caesar, you fucking in there?
I bet the companies are scripting those YouTubers into their favor, so don't think too highly. Depends on the company too, and a lot, like, for example, when I did my M Classic review, one of the reasons I took it was because the guy I was talking to that was in charge of their marketing team specifically told me that the reason they wanted me to make a video is because, according to him, he thought I was very relatable and just had I forgot what he said, like a friendly voice or some shit. But anyways, the important thing is that he told me that he just wanted me to be honest, make a review, whether it's negative or positive, just be completely honest, and let my audience know if it's worth it or not worth it. So that's one thing that really attracted me to that sponsor, is because they just let me be me. You know, they didn't give me a script, they didn't tell me what to say, they just said be you. So that's what I did. Oh, no, I can't buy anything. Internet fame is weird. You could be as big as PewDiePie, and yet most older gen won't know who you are because they watch TV more than internet videos. Yeah, it's uncharted territory. It really is. You know, before you had kids wanting to be actors and celebrities, now kids want to be YouTubers. It's a crazy world. It really is. Yeah, I gotta keep those trophies coming. It's satisfying. If you want to see some cool anime superheroes, consider One Punch Man. See, I'm not big on anime, though. Like, I'm surprised I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball, but I'm just not an anime guy. Gotta remember that tapping into a new market for some companies is worth the paycheck. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, how many YouTubers have you seen? Like, how many of you didn't know what, like, NordVPN was? I never heard of it. Now I know exactly what it is, because every big YouTuber has... You need NordVPN to keep your online security safe. It's that brand awareness. Now I know what it is.
Hey, Isaac,
Like Microsoft and Ninja, that paycheck is nothing to Microsoft. Oh no. Yeah, it's pennies to them. Like I said, these companies budget millions and millions to their,
You saw nothing. You hear?
as I say, to like a 30-second ad in the Super Bowl.
Hey, wake up, Sleeping Beauty.
Stop calling me Gwendolyn. Hi there.
This is going through all like the horror stereotypes, like we're in a swamp, we went to a circus, scary hospital.
Right?
He was up front driving.
Let's take a look.
Are you gonna
Blue Apron is still the worst when it comes to I don't see a lot of Blue Apron
You
ones.
know that's how he likes.
You should watch YouTube fanfic series Earth and Star Wars. I haven't heard of it. It sounds interesting though. This comment is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Don't mind now, motherfucker.
Careful, Washington.
Isaac, it's not his dick he's pressing into my back.
One thing I kind of hate that YouTuber sponsor, and you know, this is just a me thing. I don't like mobile games in general. For me to ever sponsor a mobile game on this channel, like, I have to really like it. Like, really fucking like it. I think mobile games in general are boring.
And while I may not have the satisfaction of ending your life, I will take some small comfort in knowing you.
I might actually have another sponsored video coming. I have some Chinese company. I don't even know who the hell they are. This Chinese company just started emailing me the other day, randomly, asking me to look at their products, but they're not telling me what their products are. I was like, I mean, I emailed them back like I would like more information first.
You dickheads better come right.
I'm gonna say yes, and then they'll send me like a dildo. It's like, you know, like it's gotta be something related to my channel.
Washington, I don't know what to say, man.
And don't say anything, dipshit. You heard what
I saw Brightburn in the theater. I want to do a review of it, but I didn't have enough to say about the movie. That's how I felt about it. I saw it and I was like,
Detective.
I didn't like it or dislike it. It's just kind of there. It was just a weird horror Superman story with no real resolution to it. It was all right. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I actually did. I'd be questioning your integrity if I saw you sponsoring a mobile game. Yeah, I don't... Like I said, if you guys ever see me sponsor a mobile game, rest assured I really liked it, which would be incredibly rare. I can't even think of what kind of mobile game I would even... Like, you see all those, like... I don't even know what they're called, like... I don't know, fucking League of Legends or Mobile Legends, and it's like some, like, medieval-looking RPG. I'm never going to want to sponsor a game like that. I don't care about those kind of... They bore the fuck out of me. I don't like them. I'd rather you sponsor a dildo than a mobile game. I wouldn't go that far. If I had to choose between the two, I would likely pick the game. There's a mobile version of Injustice 2. Yeah, and it sucks. Let me tell you, if you go to Dave & Buster's... See, Dave & Buster's has some really shitty arcades. On top of some... For every really good arcade they have, like the Halo one, they have a shitty one. They have Injustice 2, the arcade there. But it's so stupid because there's only 3 buttons. Like block, attack, and jump. And there's no, like, movement. It's just the mobile game blown up on a big screen. And instead of touch controls, they just have 3 big buttons. I hate that. Like, don't turn mobile games into arcade experiences. They're not. It's a mobile game still. You can tell. You can definitely tell in the gameplay. Like Marvel Contest of Champions or Future Fight or something, they got a big-ass arcade at my local Dave & Buster's, and I played it and I was like, wait a minute, this is the mobile game. It's just the mobile game. I go to Dave & Buster's only for DD... Dude, Dance Dance Revolution's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm oddly... It's funny because when my fiance, she loves telling the story because it caught her completely off guard. When we first started dating, we were like 5 or 6 months in. We went to Dave & Buster's, and she didn't even know I liked Dance Dance Revolution at the time. And I started playing it. For some reason, I'm oddly good at Dance Dance Revolution. I always have been. I've always enjoyed it. And she was like, what the fuck am I watching? And then some, like, middle-aged lady started cheering around me, and then she started playing next to me and dancing. It was ridiculous. But yeah, Dance Dance Revolutions, that's my jam. I love Dance Dance Revolution. You get a workout playing that, too, for real.
One thing I hate more than mutants, it's redneck mutants.
That new mobile Mario Kart game is free to start. Yeah, I downloaded it. I played it the other day. I already deleted it. The controls suck ass. It's like these weird touchscreen motion controls. I hate it. I just deleted it. And I'll play real Mario Kart. That's what I mean. Mobile games they don't get my attention. DDR stream went. I have. Which one do I have? I don't remember what the name it is. The names all mixed together. It was on Xbox 360 and had an orange cover. That's the one I own. And I have my dance pad for 360. I'll whip that out one day, maybe in stream. Killer Instinct Arcade at my local comic store, free to play. Killer Instinct 1 or 2? I love Killer Instinct Gold. Or 2, not Gold. Gold was the N64 version. That kind of sucks. Is this the story she told during the Cyberpilot stream about... That was it. Yeah, I can't believe you remember that. That was the story. Yeah, it's when she realized I was great at Dance Dance Revolution. Mind you, I'm not a good dancer in real life, but, I mean, Dance Dance Revolution is not dancing. It's following up, down, left, and right arrows. And sometimes diagonal ones. I don't think Mario Kart works well on mobile. Yeah, absolutely not. I completely agree with that. I think it works awful. And that's the same way I'm going to go into the Castlevania game, Grimoire of Souls. If it's free, I'll play it. If it's not free, I'm not going to spend a penny on it. Same way I feel about Mega Man X5. It's got to be free. And even then, I'll probably just end up deleting it afterwards. Because I'm sure, I mean... Most of those mobile games, they're not fleshed out full games. They're just very simple mini experiences, you know? Would you ever stream Max Payne 1? For sure. I actually have it, Max Payne 1. I think I also have 2 on PS4. Maybe not. I don't remember if they released that on PS4, but Max Payne 1 they released on the PS2 on PS4 store. And I never finished Max Payne 3. I bought that game on release day. Never finished it. Oh! She got bitch slapped. No! Oh yeah, I forgot to put it in the banner, guys, but remember Saturday nights, Friday the 13th, multiplayer, PS4. It's gonna be every Saturday in October. I gotta add that to the banner so people don't forget. Shit. Ah! Got him. My left wrist is hurting like crazy, and my right pointing finger hurts too. I'm gonna be destroyed at the end of this stream. It promotes mobile game FBI open up. What's your Mario Kart play style? Balanced, heavy but slow acceleration. I've always liked playing as Bowser, even though he's big and slow. Bowser's such a cool character. I love playing as Bowser. Red Hood from DC looks like a Mortal Kombat ninja now. What, they changed his character design to look like one? Oh my god. Calibration keeps going off. Okay, there. Friday the 13th, every Saturday night. Fans welcome to join. Yep. Anyone who wants to play and jump into my party for PS4 is welcome to. It's just going to be a fun, chill night. We'll be killing other people, killing each other, getting killed. Another M-rated evening. Has severe arthritis. Baby has severe arthritis and carpal tunnel. Yeah, probably. If I went to the doctor, they would probably be like, the tendons in your arms are destroyed. What have you been doing? I'll be like, I've been streaming House of the Dead, Overkill. Man, speaking of mobile stuff, you know what I really want to include in the Castlevania timeline that it's just impossible. I didn't know this until I started researching it. Castlevania Lament of Innocence with Leon. There was a whole prequel cell phone manga that went through all the events that Ronaldo, talks about with his daughter and going to fight Walter and all. It covers that whole era. And also Matthias going to see Walter and all that. But it was a Japan-only cell phone manga, and all we have are these small, low-pixel images. It never, it went away completely, and no one ever dumped it on the internet, so it's gone to time. And I looked everywhere on the internet, Reddit, all kinds of forums, torrents, and it's just, you can't find it anywhere. I would have loved to read it or use the images from it. Because that's like an era of Castlevania that they talk about, and you never saw anything from it. But, yeah, I couldn't find anything other than fan art. Which is a shame, man. Like, some part of Castlevania history like that, and it just never got dumped on the internet.
You're dead.
Continue? Metroid Prime 3 killed my wrist. Yeah, well, yeah, because it's got all those damn motion controls. Like, I just want to hold a controller. Oh, what the hell? Why is my cursor all the way up there? Oh, there we go. Are you getting a bad case of gamer index fin? I'm getting gamer thumb. No joke, that's an actual medical condition. I didn't know that when I started my channel. It's funny because how I picked my name, some people ask me like the history behind it, and it's just like, it's a very boring story. There's really no history. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back because I had other ideas. Whenever I first started my channel, when I was thinking of a name, I was just like, I was thinking of different mock-ups. I was doing them on Photoshop of what I wanted to look like, the feel of my channel. My first idea was D-pad attack. I remember that, D-pad attack. But then I looked it up on YouTube, someone else already had it, and I was like, damn. I really like that. Another one I had was Game Station. Someone else had that too. So, I don't know how I thought of Gamer Thumb. It just came to my head, and I was like, in my mind, like, it sounds good. I just kind of went with it. Because everything I wanted, everyone already had. Later on, I learned that Gamer Thumb is, technically I think it's Gamer's Thumb. It's an actual medical condition that you can get from playing too many video games. I guess it's like carpal tunnel related. But yeah, it's an actual thing. But no, I did not name it after a medical condition. It just happened to work that way for some odd reason. I heard about that manga too, would have loved to read it. Yeah. It's a shame, man. It's lost forever. This game stages remind me of Left 4 Dead 2 for sure. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of.
It's filmed with all the birds.
There was a cell phone version of Resident Evil 4 and Degeneration movie too. I remember that. I had it. It was like a weird, like, Resident Evil 4 style shooter for mobile phones. It wasn't bad either. I had it on my... What phone did I have at the time? I think it was a Motorola... No, it wasn't my Razr. Maybe it was one of my original... I had an iPhone back in the day, like iPhone 3 or 4. I think it was on one of those. And I remember Metal Gear Solid 4 also had an iPhone version. I think it was HTC Evo. I think that's what it was. There was a Resident Evil port for Game Boy, oddly enough. That actually got canceled. Yeah, you can still see footage online for the beta. Or alpha, I don't know what stage it was in, but yeah, it got canceled. Leon is a character who should have been explored more with, since he's the founder of the Belmont clan. I go into that in my timeline. I think you guys will be happy with what I did. Because that's where the Netflix series really came in and filled in a lot of gaps that were super interesting. Another interesting fact that a lot of people missed on, like where did Leon come from? Where does Lament of Innocence take place? We didn't know any of that until the Netflix series, which you could argue it's not canon, but whatever. If you take the Netflix series in the context, we know that Leon was French and he was from the Kingdom of France. So when you're playing Lament of Innocence, it's somewhere around the Kingdom of France. And then he moved east. So I love that the Netflix series felt compelled to, you know, go into details that were never explored in the game. All that does is add more lore to the series, and that couldn't be more awesome. Konami's got to have it in their archive somewhere. I'm assuming they would. Why it hasn't been released to the public, I don't know. It would be so cool to have that, even in the... You know what would be awesome? Actually, here's an idea. If they ever make Castlevania Collection 2, and that includes the PS2 games, they can have it in that little bonus digital book that they do in the collections. That'd be a prime place to put it. I always thought the medical condition was called Nintendo Thumb. Makes sense because Belmont is a French surname. Yeah, I guess that's what that's why they did that. Yeah, because back then when it came out, you assume it just all takes place in like Transylvania, you know?
I didn't realize that was a component of mutant behavior. This is going in my report.
You're mentioning a mutant taking a dump in your report?
Well, anything that could be exploited as a weakness.
Would have been cool to see a Lords of Shadow version of Leon. They could have done so much more in the Lords of Shadow universe. They could have done so much more with the classic Castlevania characters than they did. It's a shame that they didn't do more, because I kind of feel with Lords of Shadow too. They just gunned it on fast forward to the end of the saga. Welcome back down to the GameCollector.
It came from the fetid water.
That's it. Oh, this is Castlevania right here. Look, it's a giant mud man.
Can you give us a fucking moment?
Damn, sweat my ass off in here.
Okay.
PS3 heats up this room like a microwave.
3, 2, 1, go!
My paper beats your rock.
Oh, fuck it. You have the right to remain fucking silent. You have the right to an attorney. Anything you say can...
I love how he's getting its rights. For everyone who likes Lords of Shadow, watch Dracula Untold. You mean Lords of Shadow the movie? You know what's crazy about that movie? If you own the Blu-ray, watch the deleted scenes. If you played Lords of Shadow, there's a whole segment where he goes and meets Baba Yaga in the woods, some witch from, like, I don't know, some Scandinavian myth or something, I don't even know. But he meets Baba Yaga. They did that in Dracula Untold. Right after he got his powers, he goes and meets Baba Yaga in the woods, and her house has like a bunch of chicken legs that it's walking in, and it got completely cut out of the movie, but it's in the deleted scenes, you can watch it, and it's shocking because it's like, wow, this movie was already like Lords of Shadow. But that was like, maybe they took it out because it was just blatantly obvious that they took inspiration from it or something, I don't know. No, I shot it before he vomited. Oh, I dodged. Where am I supposed to hit it? I didn't look at the picture. Probably the sacks. Oh no. Yeah, I have to shoot it in its hands. That's what it is. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Come on, get your little blobs. This guy's saying for a kill. Van Helsing and Dracula Untold are pretty much Castlevania movies. Yeah, that's accurate. Especially Van Helsing. Van Helsing was such a cool movie. I loved it. I still own that movie on Blu-ray. It was really good. I wonder if it still holds up. I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe, come on. God, hurry up and die. Baba Yaga's Slavic myth. I know because I'm Polish. I know because I'm a Hellboy fan. Is she in Hellboy? Doesn't like she eat children or something? Since Cypher looks like Lisa, I thought that when Dracula saw her, he was going to think she was his wife resurrected, like in the original story. Well, maybe if she wouldn't have, first thing she did was shoot fire in his face. I like Cypher in the Netflix series. I thought she was cool. Did you watch the animated Van Helsing short? No, I never heard of that. I didn't know they had that one. My God, he's taking so long. Damn it. Come on. Damn it. He's throwing meatballs at me? That's disgusting. That's like pieces of him that he's launching. Got it. Got it all. What's about Van Helsing hunting down Jekyll and Hyde in Paris? So it was basically a prequel to the movie then. That's cool. I enjoyed Dracula and told enough to buy it. Yeah, I bought it the first day it came out. I actually saw it in theaters and thought it was fantastic. And especially that was around the time when Lords of Shadow was a thing. So I liked it even more because of that. You know, it's annoying that I can only damage him by blowing up the sacks. Don't shoot at him. Here we go again. Oh, hell yeah. He took good amount of damage that time.
Blocking our way.
Dracula bats. After this, I think there's, what, 2 chapters left? I think there were 2. I really did like the first Lord of Shadow game, not so much the other 2. I like one, Mirror Fate. Well, I talk about it all the time. Mirror Fate was my favorite out of the 3. 2 was just, it was passable. I thought overall 2 was a big disappointment. Blowing up the sacks. I gotta blow up the sacks. That's the mission here. It's actually kind of a boring fight. I like the other bosses better. Eventually Konami will come out and tell us Van Helsing is a Belmont. Well, why not? Quincy Morris was related to the Belmont clan now. From the Dracula novel. And the Dracula movie. And then they linked him to John Morris and Jonathan Morris. Who are all linked to the Belmont clan.
It's not a shortcut. I mean, what were you...
I did pop his balls.
You pussy. I got us here, didn't I? Fuck. You about to get all country and western on me again?
Isaac.
Careful. There's only so much of this shit a brother can take.
Look, I just want you to know.
Zobek was a way better villain than Satan was. Yeah, Satan was really thrown in. I thought it was weird that he was the villain.
Try.
I'm serious.
Look, I appreciate the fucking sentiment, but it's not needed. I do what I gotta do. I gotta get justice for my old man.
You know, one popular belief that people kept telling me in my Castlevania timeline, which is false, by the way, is that Satan didn't exist in the original Castlevania universe. Like, he's never been referenced in the original universe, and he actually is. if you play Aria of Sorrow, you can find an item in the Chaos Realm called Satan's Ring. And when you look at the description, it says it was worn by Satan himself. So there are references to him in the classic universe. They didn't just make it up for Lords of Shadow. There's actually a lot of classic Castlevania references in Lords of Shadow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the hero from Circle of the Moon wasn't the Belmont. That's who Van Helsing should be related to. Well, yeah, in Circle of the Moon, it was Nathan Graves. He was completely unrelated to any Belmonts or anything. Like he was a brand new character, his own bloodline. Like, it's just Nathan Graves, which I like that. I like that. I know it's not a popular era because everyone loves the Belmonts, me included, but I think it was interesting that there was so many other characters that took up on the mantle of fighting Dracula when they weren't around. I like that era. So that's why in my headcanon, I'm gonna buy this. In my headcanon, I don't know why some people don't accept that, you know, because there's nothing that really conflicts with anything else in the series. I'll keep my current guns. We got 2 more levels and we beat the game. And I think you guys are going to like what I did with the Castlevania timeline. Okay, so in the Netflix series, Trevor's got 2 whips. He's got his regular one, and then he gets the Morning Star, and that's causing a lot of confusion. People are like, wait, what about the Vampire Killer? I addressed that, and I thought what I think is a clever explanation as to what it means. And at least for my version of these events, and the Hunter Whip is involved, so I think you guys will like what I did with that. I honestly don't like Soma Cruz. Me neither. I've never been a Soma fan.
Gentlemen smell like shit. I'm gonna do my very best not to base our relationship.
Ganondorf versus Dracula. Who do you think would win?
But first
Ganon.
impressions count for a lot.
Dracula.
A couple of men who not
Maria
only
and the
lack
birds.
Common decency to introduce themselves, but simply walk up to me smelling as shit. Well, it's gonna take an effort for me to get to know them.
I love Jonathan and Charlotte myself. Jonathan Morris is a cool character. He actually had a good storyline and good character development.
Right?
That's entirely accurate, Detective Washington.
Did you already play House of the Dead 2? I'm going to wait for the Switch version. I started with House of the Dead 2, and it doesn't have unlimited credits. Like, you get 5 lives and it's game over. So I was like, you know, I'll just wait for the Switch version.
On the road for at least 3/4 of an hour with a bladder full of steam.
Ganon lost 2 kills with butterfly net. We'll ignore that part. Alright? We'll just ignore that one.
Bladder full of steaming piss tends to.
They were carrying on the Belmont legacy while they were cursed and unable to use the whip. Yeah, and the whole cursed whip thing, what's funny about that is that's actually a heavily supported fan theory within the games, but they never bothered. If you look at the Konami's official lore, they never bothered explaining why the Belmonts couldn't touch the whip. It's just, they couldn't touch it, they couldn't use it, because. And then when Aria of Sorrow came out, they was it Aria of Sorrow? No, I'm sorry. When Portrait of Ruin came out of nowhere, they're like, oh, there's a Nostradamus prophecy that they must not touch it till 1999. It's like, well, why? Konami just completely ignored that why question and just because. For some reason, they couldn't touch it. Canon-wise, that's all we know.
We're looking for someone. For a couple of people. A man and a woman.
Riding a motorcycle?
How the fuck you know that?
Well, there's a motorcycle dumped right over there. Looks like you gentlemen have your own...
I'm shocked after all the years Dracula never scooted for strong humans and make them powerful generals like he did with the Forge Master. They actually addressed that in the Curse of Darkness game and the manga. Because in the manga, prequel manga, he had other human generals. Isaac murdered all of them. Whenever he went with a group of them to find Hector, and whenever he found Hector, instead of bringing him alive like Dracula asked him to, he wanted to kill him and wanted no witnesses, so he killed all the other generals. So Isaac and Hector were the only ones left, and they were the only 2 that were ever able to master devil forging. So that's actually addressed. For some reason, they were the only 2 that could do it. That had the skills. Isn't it implied that they were cursed because Richter falling into darkness during Symphony of the... It's heavily implied, yeah. It very heavily is implied. But that's as far as we got. Just, we never got confirmation of anything. It just fan theories because it's implied so heavily. Like, because Richter was the last one. Portrait of Ruin confirms that Richter was the last... Well, see, there's kind of a plot hole there. And again, this goes to Konami's careless handling of the timeline. Richter, according to Portrait of Ruin, was the last Belmont to hold the whip. However, if you take Castlevania 64 into context, Reinhardt would have been the last one, because he was Belmont. Reinhardt was a Belmont. Direct Belmont, and that's proven whenever Death meets him. He calls him Scum of Belmont. And his whole backstory, I mean, he's a Belmont directly. So, if you take all that into consideration, he should have never been able, which I think is why it's been on and off canon for years. He shouldn't have been able to hold the whip at all. But here's the thing, Portrait of Ruin wasn't invented yet, so they didn't have any of that cursed whip storyline. It was something that came later, but they were like, oops, we have Castlevania 64. So this is what happens when you make a bunch of sequels and you don't take care to form a plan for the future. You start getting plot holes and start having to remove things. But I have an explanation in my timeline for it that I think you guys will enjoy. I've killed the same zombie like 8 times. Is Lord of Shadow in your new timeline? No. This is strictly, because there's not anything else I can do with Lord of Shadow. It's all very straightforward. And I've already covered that, so this is strictly classic. Just from beginning to end, all classic Castlevania, no Lord of Shadow. It's just not necessary.
Fuck away from me!
Prison. I wonder what the last level is. I don't remember. To me, Reinhardt and Morris are both offshoots of the Belmonts, and the Belmonts were underground for the time being. Yeah, in the official lore, Reinhardt dropped the Belmont name because he got made fun of, essentially, as a kid, because they couldn't, which is another plot hole, they couldn't hold the whip, so he got kind of made fun of for that, and he dropped the Belmont name. But then he's able to hold the whip in the game. So he's direct. The Morris clan are supposed to be cousins of the Belmont clan, but the only way they don't, I guess they don't have enough Leon Belmont blood in them because they're cousins of the Belmont clan, so they need the Oakheart clan to unlock the power of the whip so they can use it. It's a crazy convoluted story that Portrait of Ruin basically completely made up. So, I mean, but it's there. And the Oakheart family, we have no fucking clue where they came from or why they're special. There's fan theories, but officially, we don't know shit about the Oakheart clan. They're magical, and the Morris clan needs their help. That's all we know. I was in discussion with someone saying that no one other than a Belmont or Alucard were able to defeat Dracula despite what I kept saying that you said. But see, the games disprove that. And even, alright, let's take Circle of the Moon and the Castlevania 64 games out of canon, just for argument's sake. We still have Order of Ecclesia, which has always been 100% canon. Someone defeated Dracula there, that's not a Belmont. So, I mean, you can't even argue that that's not an argument that's right. Like, he's been defeated by someone. You know, canon-wise, he's been defeated by someone that has nothing to do with the Belmont clan. I mean, you can argue that maybe he wasn't killed, he was just sealed away. At the end of the day, it's the same shit, because he just resurrects every 2 seconds anyways. You're not killing the same zombie everyone in town is born as octuplets. That sucks. So I'm basically destroying entire families. The only bloodborne female Belmonts we've seen are Desmond's sisters and Sonia. Yeah. Well, also, in Order of Ecclesia, we see Belmonts, but they're not, I mean, they're not vampire hunters. They're they're living in the village. It's a whole village full of Belmont bloodline. So there's females there too. But yeah, those are really the only examples. And you don't learn that until way later in the game. It's a pain in the ass to get the true ending of the game. You have to rescue all of them. It's annoying. Oh no, you're gonna die. I'll try to rescue you. No promises. There you go. Quincy Morris didn't even use the vampire killer to kill Dracula, right? I don't. Maybe in the Castlevania lore he did, but not in the Bram Stoker Dracula novel or in the movie. And he died trying. I thought they can hold the whip, but the true power was sleeping, and it also drained their life essence. Yeah, that's where. Well, if someone is not a Belmont at all, the whip will essentially drain your life force and kill it. They can't touch it. If you are part Belmont, like the Morris clan, it drains your life slowly, but to be able to use its power, the Lacard family has to do a ritual and unlock it. It's all very convoluted, like I said. Oh god. My cursor's off center again. There we go. Dracula's been defeated by Hector the Oh, Hector! Good example, it's another character. And completely canon. Oh, yeah, Cornell, the werewolf, yep. Fabian always hates rescue damsels in distress and drops his blood. I don't want to save people. I just want to destroy my enemies. That's all I want to do. And take brutal revenge. He was also saying that Dracula would beat Ganon by taking his immortality away. But, I mean, how can he do that? That's just fanfic. Like, when has Dracula displayed the ability to just take immortality away from someone just for the hell of it? Oh, and I think you guys are really going to like what I did with Carmilla. A bit different than what the series portrays. I went with more of an in-game explanation, but used a lot from the series, so I'm excited. In the novel, didn't Quincy kill Dracula with a Bowie knife? I don't know. I never read the novel. I think he did in the movie, though. He stabbed him in the heart, but then he got stabbed too or something. Your Castlevania Bloodlines video was the first video of yours I found. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making that one. And it's funny because I don't know if I've just played that game a lot more now, but I mentioned how hard it was and how brutal the final battle was, and now I find that game kind of easy. I think it's because I played it so much now that, like, when you fight Dracula and you just really learn his patterns, he's actually not hard. But back then when I reviewed it, I had a rough time fighting him for some reason. I kept dying over and over. Sounds like Dracula's a pansy, but in the grand scheme of history, less than 1% of the world's population has beaten him throughout history.
Hammer time!
If you think about it, too, the time that Dracula was the biggest threat was during the time of Trevor. Because, I mean, it was human genocide at that point, and then Trevor killed him. But, if you look at all the other Castlevania stories, it was really all just people trying to stop his resurrection. He'd pop up back to life and they'd put him down again. He never had that, you know, hey, I'm back, bitches, let me start genocide again. He never got the chance to do it again. The only missions Fabian accepts are search and destroy. I mean, let's be real, in video games it's always more fun to destroy. You know, if it was real life, yeah, I'll try to save some people. But in video games, I just want to blow everyone away. That's what you do.
Gunpoint? Sure, they came through here just now.
Funny that you're including Netflix Castlevania in timeline, but Season 3 isn't out yet. See, I'm not worried about Season 3, though, because whatever they do in Season 3 is going to be so different from the games that it doesn't really matter. And also, I'm not really including the Netflix series, as in, I'm not just telling you what happens in the Netflix series. I'm weaving some lore from the Netflix series with some lore from the original video games with some lore from the manga to create something more cohesive and detail-filled. So there's going to be, if you just go by the games or just by the Netflix series, some stuff might not make sense to you. That's why, like, it's a combination of everything. And like I said, I think you guys are going to be very happy with what I cooked up. Especially parts 1 and 2.
Get back in the kitchen, bitch.
Also, there was one time Dracula was killed by birds. Poor Dracula. The meme that will never die. The birds. But he was the most persistent threats during Simon's time. Yeah, with Simon's time, if you take all the extra stuff into account, like, he'd kill Dracula and the next morning, he'd be like, hey, I'm back. And Simon would have to just leave his house and go after him again. Like, damn, I keep putting this dude down. Like, I'm trying to live my life, and he just keeps coming back. Like, I put you down last Sunday, and it's Friday night, and you're back again? Naked Carmilla riding as Flying Skull's best Carmilla. Yeah, you'll be happy what I did with her then. I'll say this. I provided an explanation as to why you see Carmilla in the Netflix series as is, and then in Simon's Quest she's a mask. There's a reason. And it does make sense within the context of the series. Portions of the series. But yeah, the video is going to make the canon police go insane. If that happens, I know I did my job correctly. At the same time, also, part of the reason I'm doing the project is to also highlight how lacking a lot of the official canon is. You know, because it really is. A lot of the official canon from Konami is very lacking. Because, I don't know, they just never took the time to clean up the shit that didn't make sense, basically. Like, at least, look at the Zelda timeline with Nintendo. At least Nintendo went out of their way to provide some sort of timeline. And, you know, I can't stand the people that are like, oh, they only did it to give kids an explanation. There is no Zelda timeline. You know what? In fandom, it's always fun to have theories and interconnected stories. It's fun. It really is. And it makes everything a lot more detailed, a lot more interesting and alive. But even Nintendo went out of their way to do, like, a detailed, connected storyline and clean up some things, even if it causes some plot holes. With Castlevania, Konami just left the plot holes in, and then that's kind of it. They didn't really do anything to clean up. Please tell me you didn't make Isaac Death. No. I'm not doing anything like that. I mean, Isaac's Isaac, Death is Death. I don't like that idea of Isaac being Death. That doesn't make any sense to me. He's Isaac. Destroy. Damn, that's a long-ass level. I thought the mask was a personification of her malice like Calamity Ganon. Well, in the official, in her lore, and this goes by the novel, not Castlevania, she would wear a mask to, like, ballroom dances and shit to get her victims. So that's where they pulled the idea of a mask. In-game, there's never been an explanation to why she's represented by that. But that's just something from her, like, literal, or from her literature. Hey, One Eye Season 3D, welcome. Fuck. My finger's hurting so bad. Oh, God. I'm really feeling my wrist. It hurts like mother right now. Is Judgment in the timeline? Yep. I'll say this. Judgment's going to be the last thing in the timeline. Because it's the reason I didn't include it the first time around is because I wanted everything in order, and every 2 seconds I'd be like, Simon went into the time rift, Simon came back. Cornell went into the time rift, Cornell came back. Shanoa went in the time rift, Shanoa came back. Like, it would just be over and over. So, but this time, the way I'm handling it, I mean, it's almost like a summary of the series, because at the very end, you know, outside of space and time. They pull all these characters from different time periods, so it's a much better idea just saving it for the very last story. It'll make sense when you guys see it. But yes, Judgment's gonna be. And there's actually ties to Curse of Darkness, which you'll see. Damn it! Stop hitting me! There we go. You know, I just realized I said this level feels longer, and this is the extended cut. The director's cut, it includes the longer levels. I think they just have you go into multiple rooms. Or going into extra rooms. You should have a warning advisory for the canon police. Oh no, I do! in part 1, I go over specifically if you're one of the canon police detectives or officers, I'll know if you didn't watch part 1, basically. I'll say that. If you go into like part 3 or 4 and you're like, actually, I'm just going to respond, you didn't watch part 1, did you? Because part 1 explains everything. So there's a warning, but I've learned that doesn't matter. People will skip around and not pay attention and then complain about something, and then you'll be like, yeah, I explained that for like 10 minutes, so I know you didn't watch the beginning.
Guess we take the stairs then.
Maria will have her breast fetish, then guys, you heard it here first. We'll see. That was such an awkward thing they did out of nowhere. God. My fingers must survive this game. Damn you, House of the Dead 2. You took up some of my energy at the beginning of the evening. She looks like she's pooping her pants. Oh! 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 The comment section will be having fun. Oh yeah, no. If you guys want entertainment, go through the comment section of the Castlevania Timeline videos. I'm sure that you'll see plenty of canon detectives. Like, they'll sniff something, you know, they'll be like, something smells non-canon. And then they'll start investigating and post like a paragraph-long explanation from Wikipedia. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. But they'll like put a paragraph and just go back and forth. Some people get angry too. Like, it makes no sense. This is all fictional. Canon implies it happened within the fiction. Well, none of it really happened. It's all fiction. How high is your canon fine getting to anyway these days?
What the motherfuck?
I remember watching a Zelda timeline theory that shows how Hyrule Warrior solves a unified timeline merger. I actually go by that same theory. It's really interesting. I haven't seen that video, but I have my own way to interpret it. I purposely haven't seen that video because I'm going to do my own thing with it.
Here? You're behind...
That's right. I'm behind the whole thing. Me, I'm responsible for... Don't interrupt me.
If it gets too rough, you can always switch to typing mode.
I have quite a lot to get through.
This guy looks insane.
Psycho.
Don't question my canon reality.
For all those dead freaks?
Well, I didn't kill your dad, Washington. Perhaps my esteemed colleague here has something to comment on that one.
Clement, what the fuck are you doing?
His mouth is moving really weird.
I got the compound refined for you.
Shut the fuck up.
And his voice doesn't match his body.
In fact, shut up.
Is this the final boss? No, there's one more level after this.
No!
The next level is the final one.
Shit!
And yeah, did someone just subscribe? Let me see.
Right? To get revenge? Maybe he's good for sloppy seconds.
We did. We have Ostrike 007 has subscribed. Welcome to the channel, Ostrike. Ostriker.
Look, what do you want with Varla? She's not part of this. Let her
How
go.
close to 50k are you? You know what? Let me look. It's such a pain in the ass that I can't just look and tell you.
You are.
I have to go into the studio app, go to dashboard, and pull it up.
What the fuck does that stand for?
It's so
I'm afraid
inconvenient.
Don't care, right? I have someone to introduce you to.
49,061. So we're less than 1,000 away.
Please sit down. Okay.
Hoping to hit it this month.
Be polite.
What the hell?
She's a real stickler for manners. Mother, meet Isaac Washington. He's a homicide detective. Very good at his job. And this is his friend, Agent... I'm sorry. I didn't entirely catch your
Agent
name.
G.
Clement, where's my medicine, Clement?
You don't need your medicine, Mother.
Where's my medicine?
Where's my fucking medicine, you feckless peasant?
Let me give you some context here, boys. I love my mother. I bet you boys love your mothers too, and would do anything.
Dude looks like Johnny Depp on crack.
And healthy.
You're at 50,000. Well, not yet. Almost.
Don't ignore
Less than
me.
1,000 away.
And dying really quite rapidly. And unfortunately, there's only one way to fix that. See, the compound that's been turning my inmates and...
Oh yeah, I think he wants to transfer her into the younger
mindless
body.
Mutants can be used to sustain life, in a manner of speaking.
She's got small tits. Don't use the one with small tits, Clement. Forbid it.
She definitely does not.
Calm down.
Oh my god.
Mother.
You're insane.
I'm just a very lovely
There's still
son.
69 of you in here. I appreciate you guys. As always, you guys are awesome. Oh god. Oh!
Fucking puked.
Oops.
That's so
Your
disgusting.
treatment, Mother.
Wait!
It's a titty slapping good time. So he has like a weird incestual relationship with his
Finally
mother.
Fucking dead.
Hey, snap out of it. We've got to find Varla.
I have to shower. This guy looks like he makes adult films and is sizing up to be an actor. God, I hate this guy. Yeah, he's disgusting.
One last thing.
We need to blow him away.
If you'd be so kind as to look towards the stage, please. Between them, 21 counts of armed murder, 17 counts of aggravated assault, 12 counts.
So many flags I see coming on this one. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they get like age restricted or something. One thing about YouTube is it doesn't make sense. It'll age restrict things that don't need to be.
And since then, I've been
I think it'll be alright.
on my weekends off. See how you find that. Ticklers.
The ticklers? I personally disagree with some of the things in your AC timeline, but I don't get all the butt hurt. Like, well, out of curiosity, Spirit Shot, like what? Because I didn't really add much to the AC timeline. I mean, that everything I had in there was pretty much how it's presented in game. So that's why I asked out of curiosity, what exactly do you disagree with? So his arms. I thought the prank invasion kissing sister thing was gross. I think that was fake.
What the?
And if it's not, then that's going a bit far for views, dude. Like, there's a point where you just probably should get off YouTube. Sit.
Heads up!
Oh, God.
Quick, shoot him!
This guy's not too bad. Gotta wait till the blue bar starts. At least the previous House of the Dead games was tame. That's why I prefer to play them over this game. But you prefer them tame? I love this one. It just goes absolutely apeshit. This is awesome. The characters are completely out of control, though.
There he goes.
At work watching this, got some downtime to enjoy, love House of the Dead. Then you are a man of culture. Or woman. Cosmic Kaiju, I don't know what gender you are. But yes, you are a person of culture. And great taste. Haha, grenade solves all problems. I wish I had a Resident Evil RPG. Here, use this! Dr. Curian felt pointless. Yeah, kind of. You remember Grindhouse? Yes, very much inspired this game, for sure. I love the overall feel and style of this game, though. It's so cool. Come on, come on, come on, die! Soundtrack is awesome. Powering up!
Those bolts are electric.
He kind of reminds me of Resident Evil Dead Aim, which that game kind of sucks if you don't play with a light gun, but you fight a boss called Pluto, I think it's called. That's basically a prisoner that they did all kinds of experiments on. Kind of looks like this, but a much uglier version. Oh!
You are dead.
Oh, I still have a credit left. I'm good. Damn, I better not get game over. Damn, there's first aid kits there too. I don't like being low on lives. Shit, shit, shit. Ah, he's almost dead, man. There we go. Speaking of Resident Evil, I sent you a link in your Facebook Messenger. There's a Resident Evil Audible book? Interesting. They probably just read the audio from the old novels. Do you think zombies and vampires could go back to being more supernatural based rather than sci-fi? Being explained by virus and stuff? I always thought the supernatural thing was interesting. But yeah, it's always a virus now. It's not really original anymore.
Our feature presentation, Jailhouse Judgment, will resume after these messages.
That's the end of Roy D. McFrankenstein. Final level. Then we'll beat this game. What do you think about the next Resident Evil? What do you think the next Resident Evil is going to be about? I don't know. But I can tell you I want it to be a Leon and Jill adventure. I think that'd be cool. Leon's popular again because Resident Evil 2 Remake. Jill needs to come back. They've never met in the games. Overkill. Nice name for the last level.
You ever going to tell anybody what fucking G stands for?
I gotta be careful I don't die in this one.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
I want to take the hand cannon, but it's not upgraded. We'll stick with our current guns. I think Resident Evil 7 proved that we can't predict what Capcom will... Yeah, Resident Evil 7, they went completely off the rails with a different story. That still connects to the classic games, but, I mean, it's very different.
Years ago, at the height of the Cold War, a group of military scientists created Formula X. Its purpose, to turn any individual into an unnaturally strong super soldier. The project failed. Today, the bunker that was home to these mysterious experiments and the last remaining...
Anyone else think Leon's kind of overrated? I think they've exaggerated his skills like crazy over the years. Resident Evil 2 Leon is my favorite.
Forbid anyone should ever open that bunker.
I'm a Chris Redfield guy, though. I like Chris.
Within. Heaven forbid anyone should discover.
I wouldn't be upset if I found out that we're going to do another FPS. I gotta admit, Resident Evil 7 played well. I wouldn't mind if it was another VR first-person one, because I loved Resident Evil 7. But if I had to pick the perfect game, I probably would choose the Resident Evil 2 Remake style. You think they might bring back Nemesis for Resident Evil 3 Remake? Sure. I doubt for a sequel.
I figured we'd kill every motherfucker who stands in our way. For a change.
Worked so far, I guess. Ready?
The G in this game kind of looks like Liev Schreiber a bit. I'm an Ada fan, so is Leon. There needs to be Revelations 3 that finishes the story of Billy Cohen. I don't know. I'm not big on Billy Cohen. I've never been a big Billy fan. I'm never sure why he has such a big fan base. Like, he does have a fan base for some reason. But, his story's kind of done, though. Like, what else can you say about him? He's just, you know, he is dead officially in the records. And then, he just left. So he just didn't get involved in anything else, I would say. It would be nice to get confirmation of that, though. I'm trying my best not to lose any lives here. I don't want to risk any game overs. So I guess the last 2 levels are both in the jail. Oh, this is like the secret underground laboratory in the jail. Holy fuck, there's a lot of them. Good thing I'm maxed out. Ah! Was Resident Evil Underworld and Nemesis books good? They're the only ones I didn't get to read. I like the books. I used to do book reports on them in, like, had to have been, like, middle school and early high school. But yeah, I thought most of the books were really good. Damn, my cursor's all over the place. I can't move the gun too sharply one way, or it fucks around with the sensor. That's why we need PSVR support. What about a full game with Barry, Burton, and Jill? That'd be cool. But Barry's probably, I mean, he's kind of old now. But he was a badass in Revelations too. Barry, he didn't mess around. God, there's so many of them at once now. Ridiculous. I need help. God, almost lost a life. Oh my god, I see health. It's on the right. Oh my god. Let me look left. Yeah, got health. And I just lost it. There's more. There's more. Oh, that was money. I thought that was health. This level is actually kind of hard. Not when you have slow motion. Pure was a chill sandwich. Maybe I'll stick with Magnum. For now. Ooh, do I save him or... No, I'm just gonna get the hell. Screw him. Oh, that was money again! It's hard to tell what's health and what's money. There's health. Yes! Got it. Magnum's a lot faster. Less reload time. More time to blow away my enemies. Now this looks like House of the Dead 4. Bill Cosby drugged the drinks on prom night, causing the zombie invasion. He caused the apocalypse through his sexual mischievousness. It's pretty bad. Fuck, there's so many! My hands. My poor little hands. Oh, you bitch. I lost a life.
Dead.
awesome they found the actor and showed him what an impact he's made on gamers. Oh yeah, for Barry? I like that video. I saw it on Wang's channel. That was cool. Isn't he like a school teacher in Australia or something? Thought that's what he was. See a slow motion thing. Stop giving me damage! No, see, this is bullshit. They're getting free hits now. No, I gotta switch back. Ooh, got a trophy. Graphic horror. I wonder what that is. Damn, Soul's hard. Ooh! I gotta be almost at the boss. Thought the voice actor's up in Scandinavia? Yeah, you know, another interesting video that Wang made was about Jill. Like, no one knows who the hell played Jill. Like, they've never been able to track her down. And all the theories that, when people think they figured it out, all the theories have been proven wrong. Same animation again. Every time.
Hammer time!
Yeah, this level would have been a lot easier with 2 people. Shit. I think I saw a health pack. Damn it, the camera's moving too quick. There. One day I gotta stream the Dead Space light gun game. I never finished it. I think it's, what's it called? Dead Space Extraction, I think? That's also on the PlayStation Move, and it was originally on the Wii. I'll save you! Oh, she had a knife coming at her face! I wonder if it's just that she doesn't want to come out and have a bunch of fans asking her questions. Maybe. Some people think she might have died or something, too. I mean, there's no evidence for anything. They don't know who she is. You know, one thing that's interesting, they had, like, someone got arrested, and they said, like, some fans thought it was some lady that got arrested, and there's a mugshot of her. And I guess people, you know, figured out it wasn't her, but it really looks like her, older. I wonder if that was the person. I'm not sure. But she very much resembled her. Oh, new animation.
Looks like your computer just crashed.
Yo, computer just crashed. Gotta hate those that throw the knives at you. Because the knives are so small, it's hard to see them. Until they're like right in your face.
Goddamn stairs in this place.
I know. In the event of a fire, our chance of effecting a rapid escape is pretty limited.
Oh, come on, man. Will you shut the fuck up?
Been a few people. There was a woman of Canada too.
I think this elevator has structural issues.
Yeah, I think it's more than likely that she doesn't even... It's probably just someone that did like a voice acting role for Jill. Or just like a quick role for Jill. And then just moved on with her life. And she probably doesn't even realize that. Because Barry didn't even realize, like, he was an internet phenomenon. He didn't know. That's what I mean. It's probably just people that did something in their youth, and now they're just, like, living their life, and they're not even aware that, like, fans are looking for them. I think that's the most likely scenario. Computer just crashed, a perfect 90s action one-liner. Yeah, that's right out of an Arnold movie. It could be. Slow-mo, slow-mo. Damn it. I wish there was a melee attack sometime. I'm trying to get that health. Yes. You're opinion on Alice from the Resident Evil movies? I don't care about Alice, honestly. I never liked the idea that they made, like, the main freaking character of the franchise a made-up character. I always hated that. Although I kind of like 1 and 2 as movies, but that's one thing I hated. Have you ever played The Suffering? Yeah, I used to have both of them on PS2.
I swear you get off on this sick shit.
Yeah, there were people that were all picked up off the street. Yeah, no, it's funny because the Barry, when they picked him up, they said it was just literally some random guy that just looked like Barry in the game, and they asked him to play Barry. He was just some dude. That's so funny. Ooh, back then, video games as productions weren't taken as seriously, so... And you get away with that, just hiring anybody to do any role. I didn't realize the House of Dead games have different endings depending on how well you did. Do they? I'm not sure I knew that either. Back in the arcades, it was rare when I actually had enough money to actually get to the end of one. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow morning playing this shit. Every time I play, like, move games, where you have to move the gun around, always sore. I guess it's lack of physical activity, too.
Don't touch me! Don't
Rearing its head.
touch me!
Oh, she's screwed. She's done. Oh, did she actually get out? I don't mind Alice per se, I just hate that literally no one could do a damn thing. Because Alice is the only one that can achieve anything, because the director's wife, yeah. She's always like some super ninja. I think later they adjusted the story to accommodate that explanation too. She was like a mass-made clone and shit. I don't know, I didn't care about her character from the beginning.
I don't want to die like this.
And then when they do use characters from the games, they're so thrown in. Like Chris, he was completely off character, and he was like stuck in a little prison cube the whole time. And then they just ignored like the characters. It's like they never existed later. They just go away. Like Leon and Barry were there, and they're in it for like no reason whatsoever. Leon's got no history with Claire, I don't think. So it's just like they were just throwing characters in just for the sake of throwing them in. To rip them Spooktober off to a sore start. Hell yeah. It's gonna be nice streaming Ghostbusters. It won't require aiming and shooting constantly. Like, I wonder how many times I've, like, pulled the trigger on here. Because you can't just hold the button down, you have to keep pressing. Like, you know how they have those apps that count how many steps you've taken? They need an app that somehow tracks how many times you pull the trigger on, like, a shooting game. Come on. I don't know why that guy hit me so much.
Oh, shit!
Damn. Collateral damage, Wash. 10 of them.
I just messed that guy
You
up.
can be one cold motherfucker at times. You
Why
know
did we
that?
come in here?
Shut up and figure a way out of this.
This is a stupid thing to do. Why go in there? Mila Jovovich said she'd rather remake Fifth Element than do another Resident Evil movie. Well, I mean, look how many she's done already. Like, why would she want to do another one?
You ever feel like dialing down the cursing, Wash?
Fuck that, motherfucker.
David's blood is necessary for the appeasement of the fan gods. I'm glad you guys are enjoying your sacrifice.
Holy shit! This brother's packing WMD.
The words must be 30 years old. They can't still be alive.
I think I still have 2 lives, right? I think I'm good. Picking up the health drops have helped. Yeah, I haven't seen The Fifth Element in years. I used to like that movie. I just don't remember anything about it. One of the scenes I remember the most is when that like blue alien, that Twi'lek, is singing and like she gets killed. And I remember Chris Tucker was in the movie. He was hilarious. Damn, I want to watch that movie now. I gotta pick it up sometime. I wonder, speaking of Resident Evil, I wonder what's going on with the Netflix series. It's supposed to be like, they never made it clear if it was animated or live action, but it's supposed to be a prequel. It's supposed to explain the rise of Umbrella and take on that story. I'm interested, but there's just no info on it. Like all this Netflix stuff, like even Assassin's Creed and the what else they did? The Devil May Cry Netflix series from the producers of Castlevania. There's no info ever. I don't know what's happening. I would love to make a video on that if we had info. These last two levels were long as hell. Shit.
Yeah, take that, freak.
Oh god. Their excuse for not making the first movie an adaptation of the game, they would have alienated the fans of Resident Evil 2. I don't buy that. I don't know why they would have thought that. That's a dumb thing to believe. I think fans would have responded more positively had they just made it an adaptation of the game. I think it's Final Battle. Yep. That's it. The final confrontation. And then my hands can rest. We still got 65 people now. Yeah, that's... The turnout today has been way better than I expected. It's been awesome, man.
Here, boys.
Varla?
People love Halloween. What can I say?
Better than okay. I've never felt so
Oh, I think she's in her body
in
now.
my life.
Say what?
Don't worry, detective. Everybody will have their.
You guys ever saw her other movie, Ultraviolet? I own that movie. I actually like that movie. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a bad movie. It's really insane visuals and a lot of action.
Clement, did I call for you? Go to your room.
Can't you just one time in your life?
I don't even remember the story for that movie. Or the very little story, but the CG does not hold up well. Will you do Luigi's Mansion 3 gameplay? I'm gonna get... Ew.
Sorry.
Eventually, I am gonna do the original Luigi's gameplay this month. Or Luigi's Mansion, the original, I'm gonna play this month on stream. And I've never played 2, although I own it, so I want to stream that also sometime.
She's alive too. What's left of her?
Then your stock just fucking crashed.
I love you, Mom. Mom?
It's so awkward. Yeah, here we go.
I don't understand. The formula should have worked.
Say night-night to mommy, asshole.
Oh, and she filmed the Joker fluid.
Fucking bedtime, young man.
Damn, she transformed fast. And we've got giant floppy tits.
It's certainly been an adventure.
You want to do
Interesting.
The
Varla, this is for you.
Boner killer. Certainly. I mean, for some, I assume. People are into weird shit. Who knows? Maybe someone likes it.
Washington, you okay?
There's only so much of this.
Another
shit
titty
above
smacking good time. Oh shit. It's right there. It's so gross. I want to shoot it.
Motherfucker.
Burn it with fire.
Let's get out of here.
Everything is someone's fetish. Yep.
Know where the fuck you're going?
There's an audience for
In
everything.
here.
Why the fuck do you want to go in there?
Because, Detective Washington, if you were paying attention, you might have noticed that big sign marked Armory.
And why would we want to go into
chain gun?
Holy shit, motherfucking minigun!
See?
Now a brother can fuck up some serious shit with
We'll
one of
do
these,
this.
baby.
Do you even know how to use one?
What's
This
the
is
no?
so bad, but in the best way. Absolutely.
Don't stop firing until every single motherfucker in the room is dead.
Just make sure you don't overheat it.
This is so cool. It's unlimited. Well, I guess everything's been unlimited.
Well, this sure as shit don't look like no exit to me.
Found us.
The controller vibrates loud as hell.
Back up. I don't want no motherfucking hugs from that freaky motherfucker.
Oh no, it overheated. There we go. I gotta shoot it in small spurts.
Look out! Your girlfriend's trying to
Oh, damn.
French you.
That's not my girlfriend.
Just shoot, motherfucker.
Why is she hitting me? Ooh. This is gonna be a tough fight.
Hey, lady.
I wish this thing didn't overheat.
To ask before you try sticking your tongue down a brother's throat.
Damn it. I gotta get in a better position. Oh my god. There we go. Think I got the hang of the overheating now.
That slowed her down. Keep shooting those pillars.
Almost. She's gonna hit me. I think the calibration's off again. Hang on. It's like completely off-centered. Alright, here, this is better. It wanders when I'm shooting. Shoot the red pillars? Oh. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, I didn't know that. Damn, I'm taking damage like crazy. Am I supposed to shoot both of them? Damn. I'm gonna just aim for the red pillars. I don't get it.
Just keep shooting.
You're dead.
I don't understand. I'm probably gonna die because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Her left boobie is her weakness. Is that what it is, though? Oh, she's almost dead. Oh, she's such a pain in the ass. Come on, come on. Stop going off center. I'm like fighting with controls right now. That's so... No, hold on. I'm going to look this up. Reduce to a blue bar, then hit the red pillar? There's not even a red pillar there anymore. Fuck, I'm gonna die. Take away too much damage. Oh. Okay, I hope that's it. That was really confusing. Like, it wasn't clear at all what I was supposed to be doing. First drifting and now that... Yeah, no, with the chain gun, it, like, sends the cursor flying.
How we survived that, I don't know.
But she's dead. So I guess that's what you're supposed to do.
Miniguns just lying around. We'd be fucking dead for sure.
I'm just glad Varla got the justice she deserved. So, what do you plan to do with your life now, Isaac?
Well, I figured as soon as I got home, I'd go pay my respects to my old man.
And then?
And
Revenge.
then Washington's going to fucking Vegas, baby. She's still fucking alive, ain't she?
Appears that way.
Oh, man.
Got anything clever to say?
I'm at somewhat of a loss.
Well, I guess it's not over.
Then let's just make this look fucking cool.
Yeah, I'll probably get game over now. I have no health. No! I'm screwed, guys. I'm screwed. I'm praying. Let's me continue from here. I don't want to do that whole level all over. At least give me health back.
Aim for the brain.
The brain? No, I'm gonna die. Wow, she's taking very little damage.
What the?
That's disgusting. I almost prefer having my regular guns than the minigun. Nope. I'm screwed. So disgusting. Did she just give birth? I don't know. Oh, man! I died! Do I have to do the whole level all over? I hope not.
She's found us.
No shit. Back up. I don't want no motherfucking hugs from that freaky motherfucker.
See, my cursor's going crazy with this. I wonder if it's by design.
Structural engineer, but if I'm not mistaken, you could seriously damage the integrity of those load-bearing columns.
No structural engineer? Wanna run that by me in plain English, Einstein?
Shoot the pillars. We'll try and make the roof collapse.
Now that's a motherfucking...
Yeah, see, now I get what they're saying.
Damage them.
What does the revolver chambers in the icon do? I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. I think I just have to shoot the pillars. I'm not even gonna try to worry about shooting her for the most part. Maybe I'll just weaken her.
Body. Giving her a serious case of sex. That might be your thing, but this brother prefers them.
Show some respect. She's right here.
You mean in that motherfucking jar? She can't hit shit right now.
Keep shooting the pillars.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. See, she still gets a hit, though. Oh, I still have a credit after this. Please, please. Okay, I got that one. I don't know how to keep her from hitting me, though. Like, I'm hitting the pillars, but she's still getting free hits. She's almost dead. I guess I just have to take the hits. Alright, I still have 1 credit. I'm in good shape. Let's hope I can do this.
How we survived that, I don't know.
Hey, if we hadn't found these...
Think she might take more damage when you shoot her in the brain? Yeah, that's what they were telling me to do. Vulnerability unknown. Of course. She's the final boss.
That is one angry bitch.
I just really don't like the minigun.
Aim for the brain.
Ooh. Oh yeah, no, I got her. She's done. She took a huge chunk of damage there. I'm so nervous right now. I still have a credit left though, I'm good. Now she's gonna shit. So gross! Oh, come on, I can do this. How am I supposed to destroy that? There was no way I had enough time to destroy that. Yeah, I don't like the minigun because it, like, you have to maintain the cursor. It goes all over the place. And then it overheats. I hate overheating weapons. That's why I like the turrets in, wasn't it Gears of War where it's unlimited? Or no, they overheat there too, don't they? I don't remember now. And I just played the freaking game. Yeah, I think that fight was really designed for co-op. Like you said, you can shoot both pillars. Overheat. There's no way to destroy that thing. There's no way. It's so disgusting. Can you guys hear it vibrating? It's vibrating real loud. Alright, I got this. I got this. Gears Judgment's coming back to haunt you. That game will never leave me. Now she's gonna kill me because she's gonna throw that big rock, but I still got a credit. Fuck.
You are
dead.
dead.
Last credit. She better not change her tactics. No, I got it. I got it. She's dead. Come on, come on. Yes! Yes! I think I beat the game. I think I beat it. Yeah, she's dead. Woo! That was annoying. That was real annoying. The key is getting there with at least 2 lives. That's what you have to do. I would laugh if you accidentally clicked, no one had to restart. I would have just quit. I would have been... Screw it. I would have just, like, YouTubed the ending and, like, glued it at the end of this video.
Alone.
I can't go on in a world without my mommy.
In a world that would never accept him.
You're fucking right there.
A cornered animal.
I advise you, don't. This is a dead man's switch.
With nothing to live for.
Kill me, and the self-destruct for the lab beneath us goes off. This whole prison will be leveled.
Then what do you want?
Sought only redemption.
I don't remember this ending.
I want to undo all the wrongs I have done. I want to return to the womb. Please.
As bad as that was with no Gunslinger Joe. Shoot, damn right. Gunslinger Joe's the worst.
You fucking handle this freak show. I need to sit down.
When revenge seemed the only option.
You've broken 100 laws. You're responsible for the deaths of countless thousands. You threatened the safety of every man, woman, and child on this planet. And you put our friend's brain in a jar!
I have a lot to atone for.
By returning to the womb?
That's right.
Final noble act.
Give me that.
He wants to return to the womb.
Was all that was needed.
Don't fucking thank him. Soon as we're in a helicopter out of here, I'm chucking that thing out the fucking window.
Then I can die happy. Goodbye, boys.
That's so gross. He literally oh god. He literally crawled back into her vagina.
Did you not find this all slightly ironic?
Oh my god. This is horrible.
Ironic, you know, when something occurs after you...
I know what ironic means, motherfucker.
You see, you did it again. Throughout this whole episode, you've been motherfucking everything.
That's my thing. That's how I fucking speak.
Yeah, but there we were, face to face with the real motherfucker.
Amazing.
Huh?
Clement more than likely fucked his mother. And not once did you call him motherfucker. When indeed he was. Most probably...
It's not even the body he came out of.
So
that's very true.
What does that tell you?
I don't fucking know.
It means you don't fucking mean what you fucking say. It's all shit.
Say what, motherfucker?
See, you're doing it fucking again. You like me. Deep down through all your fuckisms, you really like me. I'm the fucking nearest fucking...
That's probably the most disgusting thing I've streamed.
Fucking friend.
Don't fucking do this to me, man. Wrong fucking place, wrong...
Go on, say it.
Say the fuck what?
Say you like me.
Get the fuck out of my space. Never repeat. Fucking talk of that shit again.
These guys have an awesome dynamic.
I don't fucking know what. That's fucking what.
Okay, man, okay. You made progress here. You did good. When we're back home, I am going to get myself a car, play my country music, and if you want to ride back to where the fuck ever you live...
She's so normal in the other games, too.
Fuck you.
So that's a yes, then.
Can I drive?
Yeah, fuck you.
Washington.
And I bet it'll be the one thing YouTube doesn't have a problem with. Yeah, exactly. The demonetization on YouTube doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
Brought the guns.
Like, they age restricted the video I made criticizing their age restrictions. And I didn't even show anything violent.
Now that just ain't right.
I think if we've learned anything from today, it's that love ain't always right.
Hey, I love my old man. You saying that ain't right?
Well...
And your fiance saying that y'all there loved her brother.
I was just making an observation.
Frankly, Casanova, I'd be more worried about reading the past 12 hours as a damning fucking indictment of contemporary feminism.
Beg pardon?
I just think two dick-wielding cop cliches taking down a 100-foot birthing mother
Samuel
is a statement
Jackson.
fairly limited in its interpretations.
I'm not sure you can read too much into that.
Not to mention the strong...
Everything's demonetized if you criticize them. Yeah, apparently.
Ain't much more than a gherkin in a pickle jar.
Washington.
They had met as adversaries.
What the fuck is it?
They had fought as allies.
I love you, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But to their enemies.
And you? One-way ticket to motherfucking Vegas, baby.
They were righteous motherfuckers.
Best way to end the game. So Quentin Tarantino needs to make House of the Dead Overkill the movie, hire Liev Schreiber and Samuel L. Jackson. You've got gold. You've got pure gold. Since you made it to the end of this video, I assume you enjoyed it, so why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, links in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can join my Patreon or become a channel member. This is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.